What a wonderful rest I had. Mm. Oh, goodness. Where am I? Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten. The woodcutter, the cabin, and my... Ouch, my ankle. Still not recovered, it seems. Oh, Mr. Woodcutter! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you with my mumbling. I did get into the habit of talking to myself while trapped alone in the dragon's tower. It's a silly thing. I didn't wake you? Well, that's good. I'd hate to repay your generosity with a crude, too early morning. That would hardly be very royal behavior. Though, between the two of us, my sisters have been known to wake half the palace with their morning bickering. It's part of why I've taken to rising with the sun and making my way out of the palace halls quite early in the day. Did you rest well? I will warn you that whatever you may say, I might not be able to believe you. You've proven yourself to be very kind and willing to withstand hardship in resolute silence. So even if you were to say that you quite enjoyed your night on the hard stone floor with only a small pelt to keep you company, I could not receive such a statement without doubt. Please, how are you really feeling? How was your night? As expected. Well, you need not doubt when I say that I very much enjoyed my rest. Your bed is hearty and comfortable. I felt fully embraced in its warmth throughout the night. I also had a sweet dream of the forest and its animals. It was so realistic, one might think it truly happened. What did the dream encompass? Hmm, uh, let me see if I can recall it all. I was much younger, and walking through the woods with an owl, much like, or rather, exactly like the one who assisted me in finding you. It was flying in front of me, leading me. The sun shone through the tree canopy like glistening beams of golden ribbon, warming my cheeks with kisses lighter than a gust of wind from a butterfly's wing. I stopped in a glen to close my eyes and turn my face to the sun, hearing the gentle choir of the leaves and branches rustling against one another. It was so peaceful. When I opened my eyes to continue on, however, I could no longer see my owl friend. Disturbed, I circumvented the glen, hoping to catch a glimpse of him so that I may follow. But I was alone. Fear overtook me for a moment. Though it's not as though I was lost. This part of the forest I know to be fairly close to the palace, just outside where the guardsmen train. I felt deep disappointment at having lost my owl friend. But then I heard a reverberant striking echo through the forest. It came from my direct right, and so I followed the sound as it repeated at random intervals. Hidden amongst the trees, I spied a young boy, just my age, as he practiced his archery upon a mighty oak where he had drawn a simple set of circles. I watched in awe as he hit the centered target again and again, though I could see his hands were raw and worn from the activity. I thought to only watch, but accidentally broke a twig underfoot, and in his surprise, he let loose an arrow in my direction. I can only credit his great skill and reflexes that he recognized me, crying forth, "Princess Charlotte!" and jerking his arm to miss me with the deadly arrow by nearly a hair. In my surprise, I did fall to the ground in a faint, and he rushed forth to check on me. Then all was darkness, and I woke here, happy and relaxed. Ah, yes, you're right. That doesn't exactly sound like a sweet dream. But I think it's because at no time did I ever feel unsafe. I trusted the owl. I trusted my own knowledge of the forest. But most of all, I trusted the boy to ultimately never let me come to harm. Though the details of his visage are fading, everything about him felt inviting and special to me. I very much enjoyed having a dream in which he was present. And as I've said, it felt more like visiting a memory, long tucked away, than a simple concoction of the mind. Perhaps it was a memory. Oh, I have little hope of that. The dragon's enchantment is quite unbreakable. Nothing of my effort has successfully pierced the veil he has laid over my previous life. I cannot imagine why it would come to me now that I've given up trying. Nevertheless, I will try my best to keep that dream with me always. Perhaps I dreamt of archery because I was slumbering in your home, Mr. Woodcutter. I was ruminating on the fine craftsmanship of your bow hung upon the wall before I fell asleep. Such fine, fine work, and yet so modestly done. Your cabin is truly full of treasures. However much I feel comfortable here, though, I'm sure we must be on our way. So let me relinquish your bed and dress for travel. You certainly chose to build your home far from the common roads of the forest. It's no wonder I was lost wandering this far out. This deep. It's almost as if we are the only two people in the whole world. How lovely a thought. My apologies. My mind wanders. I'll rouse myself. And, ow! Ah! Thank you for steadying me. My ankle. I didn't expect such a wave of pain. Oh, it's quite swollen, isn't it? Oh dear, oh no. It looks dreadful. Yes, I'll sit back down for a moment. How will I make it back to the palace in this state? My pace will be excruciatingly slow, and may take us many more hours. Stay here with you until I am fully healed. I couldn't possibly. I'm sorry, I did not mean that to sound so brash. I only mean you have already been too kind, and I could not burden you further. I worry as well that someone will come looking for me, as there have been a number of threats against the royal family lately, what with the competition and unrest and... I'm sorry, that is not public knowledge, and I should not have shared it. So no, it is best that hell or high water we are to return to the palace before I am out for another sunset. Absolutely not. I must decline that offer. You cannot carry me all day. It would be too much, and I may become overwhelmed from the act of it. Perhaps I may... Might you help me open the window? I have an idea. Dear friends, I seek one of strength to carry me hence, for I am too weak to travel the distance. Hopefully, one of the animals may have heard me. Perchance a buck or... Oh my. bear? Well, he seems eager enough, so perhaps he will not be so sour as other bears have been. Oh, I do not mean to generalize, but bears I've conversed with in the past have proven to be rather gruff. One of them scolded me for coming too close to the river. He said that my silly human face had set off the taste of the fish. Do you think that's possible? I should ask a raccoon sometime. Oh, he's here. They do run so quickly, I'd forgotten. Let us be off then. Best not to keep him waiting. Oh, no need to bring your weapons. Bears are quite proud, and he may see that as a challenge. If you would help me outside, I would be most grateful, and then you may lead the way. This is going to be quite a day.